Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today we are going through and looking at the Masteries. I know it's been asked by a couple of people, so we will see, we'll go in, have a look, see what it's like, and then, see what ones I've got, which ones have made it a little bit easier, and pop in. So coming up first, take a look at the offense tree. I would say, just before we go in, I don't have the absolute ideal Masteries. I am trying to spend units on other things because I'm free to play. I'm not able to sort of buy up loads of units, put it where I want, buy all of the things you need up. For example, I don't have any carbonadium cores or anything like that, and I don't have 550 units to buy one. So these are sort of the offense ones I take in. Precision at 5 out of 5, quite normal. A lot of people have that. And the same with cruelty. That obviously gives you more critical damage, can be really, really helpful. If I could, I would definitely put despair up, and then also deep wounds. Sometimes I know people put in assassin, however, that's not necessary. You don't absolutely have to. The same with unfazed, and then coming over here, recoil and liquid courage. They are obviously the suicide areas of the Masteries. You can put some in there if you've got a lot of robot champs or double immune champs. However, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I don't think it's a necessity. There's no point while questing to lose a lot of your health. You might do more damage, but you'll still be losing a lot of health, meaning you'll have to pay for a few more revives and health potions and things like that. So I wouldn't bother. This is sort of the area of the tree that I'm not too sure about. I would like to put more points into cruelty. I definitely think a couple of points in greater strength and in pierce. However, it's not an absolute necessity going into it. Into the defense tree, I do have a few things in here that I would like to upgrade a bit more. So, for example, I would greater vitality. I would probably put a few more points into there. I know I've got 4 available, but I'm looking to put them somewhere else. I would also put them into salve. Obviously, that just gives you a little bit of health. And then recovery, I know some people use. However, I'm not going to go ahead and upgrade that with the lack of units that I've got. Both energy and physical resistance aren't again needed. I probably would put 1 point into energy resistance, but you're not missing out on anything if you don't. Block proficiency, I would definitely put 4 out of 4 in. The same with perfect block, or a few points into perfect block. This just means that you don't take as much block damage from those champs. The higher up you go, the more quests, the higher in the quest you go, the stronger the champs get. And then stand your ground is a good one. I've put 4 out of 5 into it. It really helps in battlegrounds. I know that can be a real pain. And then what you will find is that it does save you a lot in the quest. I know there's a couple times where I'll dash back on somebody's heavy attack and it won't do as much damage as it should do, because he resists that block break because I've not dashed back far enough. And then the big one is willpower. I didn't used to have willpower upgraded. I went through a lot of the quests without it. I got to uncollected without it, and then watching more videos, hearing more about it, I thought I've got to get willpower up. I've got to get that extra bit of regeneration. It can come in really handy, especially if you've got a lot of debuffs on you, so an armor break, an exhaustion, an infuriate, things like that. So that can be really helpful. And then, can't say that word, coagulate. That can be really helpful. Bleed debuffs, obviously that's however, that's if you get hit, so your champs can be stronger defenders in battlegrounds. That can definitely be a thing. However, it's probably not somewhere that I want to take my points into. I do want to put my points into inequity though. This can be really handy because if this is a bit more of an offensive and defensive thing. The more debuffs you put on your opponent, the less damage they'll do to you. That can be really helpful. It can make the fights a lot longer in battlegrounds. It can give you more health going into questing fights, and is really, really helpful, and could be an awesome one to put your points into. And then going into the proficiency, Obviously, parry, you probably don't need 3 out of 3. However, I have got 3 out of 3. This dexterity, you only need 1. Limber, that can be handy, especially in battlegrounds. That can help, and can also help if you accidentally get hit by a stun while questing. And then Stupefy is really handy as well, because it makes your stuns last a lot longer. This is good for parry heavy. Obviously, gives you enough time to sort of hold that heavy and get it set up. I would definitely recommend 3 out of 3. I never used to have this, and the stuns would always be really short, and sometimes I would get hit, especially with Ultron, trying to put the bigger bleeds on champions. A Petrify is useful. Pacify, not so much. And then the big one again is Mystic Dispersion. If you've got a lot of Mystic champs, this would be really handy. I want to upgrade this as well. I just haven't got there yet, haven't got that far, but it would be come in handy with my Rintra, and then I imagine Doctor Doom if I got in my Tigra that I've currently got, so would be really good. So obviously these are the masteries that I go with. I'll leave a few seconds on the screen each, so if you want to pause and see which ones I've gone with. There are some that I would recommend that I don't have. Obviously I know I've got some points there that I can put in areas, however, I would say, and I'll definitely let you guys know, I'm not too much of a mastery connoisseur. I don't know loads about them. However, I do know the ones I've got and the reasons why I've got them. But I hope this is sort of giving you a lot of information. Should only be a relatively short video, 4 or 5 minutes, just to tell you what I've got, which ones work, which ones are most effective, in my opinion, and which ones you guys should go with if you want to go for questing, as I know this video has been requested by a few people. So hope you guys enjoyed this little short video on my mastery setup, and I'll